If I told you there's a biological tool capable of sweeping away fatty plaques from your arteries, something nature specifically designed to protect your heart, would you believe me? And what if I told you that you probably have this tool in your refrigerator right now, but you're using it the wrong way, throwing away 90% of its healing potential? I'm not talking about an imported supplement that costs half your retirement savings. I'm talking about something accessible, but modern longevity science has just confirmed it as one of the greatest cardiovascular protectors on the planet. I ask that you leave a like below. This simple gesture helps this health message reach those who need to hear it today. Perhaps a friend, a family member suffering from high blood pressure. Let's save lives together. Paper and pen in hand, let's begin today's lesson. To help you understand the seriousness and solution of what we're going to discuss, I need to share Ricardo's case. Ricardo came to my office at 64 years old, but the biological age of his arteries seemed like that of someone 85. He suffered from chronic fatigue, a kind of tiredness that doesn't go away even after sleeping. Climbing a flight of stairs was an ordeal. His heart raced, his breath disappeared. His tests showed a warlike scenario: high systemic inflammation, uncontrolled triglycerides, and worrying arterial hardening. Ricardo had already resigned himself to it. He said, "Dr. Robert, my father died of heart disease, my grandfather too. It's my genetics. There's no way around it." I looked him in the eyes and said what I'm going to tell you now. Genetics is not destiny. Genetics is like a loaded gun, but it's your lifestyle that pulls the trigger, and we could lock that trigger. I proposed to Ricardo a dietary protocol focused on specific bioactive compounds to cleanse the endothelium, which is the inner wall of the arteries. The star of this protocol was raw onion. You need to understand what's happening inside you right now. Imagine your arteries are flexible hoses. Over the years, sugar, toxins, and inflammation create wounds in these hoses. Your body, trying to repair them, injects cholesterol, like cement, to fill a hole. The problem is that, over time, this cement dries and hardens. The hose loses its flexibility. The space for blood to pass through decreases, and the heart has to work incredibly hard to pump. That's when the pressure rises. That's when the risk of a clot blocking everything becomes real. Most people try to treat this simply by lowering their blood pressure with medication, but forget to treat the hose walls. That's exactly where onions come in. They are rich in a substance called quercetin. Remember that name. Quercetin is, without exaggeration, one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatories we know. It works by preventing bad cholesterol, oxidized LDL, from attaching to these wounds in the arteries. It's as if she applied a layer of Teflon to her blood vessels, preventing dirt from sticking. But back to Ricardo. He, like many of you, wrinkled his nose. "Raw onion, doctor? The taste is too strong, I can't eat it." I explained to him what I'm going to explain to you. There's a technique for consuming it without suffering. Ricardo accepted the 60-day challenge. He didn't radically change his life overnight, but he religiously incorporated onions into his meals every day, at lunch and dinner. What happened after 2 months surprised even my nursing staff. Ricardo entered the room, smiling with a different color in his face. The first thing he told me was, "Doctor, I went back to walking in the park with my grandchildren and didn't even realize I'd walked 2 kilometers. The tests confirmed what his appearance showed. His C-reactive protein, which measures inflammation in the body, had plummeted. His blood pressure, which had been fluctuating upwards, was stabilized at levels he hadn't seen in a decade. His cardiologist even reduced the dosage of one of his medications. What happened there was pure biochemistry. The onion restored his body's ability to produce nitric oxide, a gas that relaxes and dilates the veins, allowing blood to flow like a free river, not like a clogged stream." Now, pay close attention here, because this is the mistake 99% of people make, and that's why they don't see results. They cook the onion until it almost disappears. They make that fragrant golden brown sauté. Is it delicious? Yes. Is it medicinal? Very little. The chemical structure of quercetin, and especially the sulfur compounds in onions, those that make you cry when you cut them, are thermolabile. This means that excessive heat destroys the magic. When you fry the onion, you are killing the enzyme that activates these benefits. You get the flavor, but you lose the protection. Recent studies from European universities show that raw onions have a much higher antiplatelet capacity than cooked ones. What does this mean? It means that it prevents the blood from thickening and forming clots. For those who fear stroke or thrombosis, this is invaluable information. Ricardo only had that impressive result because he strictly followed the instruction to eat it raw. But hold on. I know you must be thinking about the acidity, the breath, the stomach discomfort. There's a way to fix all of this. I also want to tell you about Helena, a 72-year-old woman who suffered from swollen legs and poor circulation. Her legs felt heavy, and she experienced constant tingling. This is a classic sign that blood is not returning efficiently to the heart. Peripheral circulation was compromised. When we introduced red onion into Helena's routine along with good hydration, the onion's natural diuretic effect began to work. Many people don't know this, but onions help the kidneys filter better and eliminate excess sodium and retained fluids. In 3 weeks, Helena showed me her ankles, which were no longer swollen. She said, "Dr. Robert, it feels like a lead weight has been lifted from my legs." And it's not a miracle, it's physiology. By improving endothelial health and reducing inflammation, the entire circulatory system benefits, from the large aorta in the chest to the microvessels at the tip of the toes. But doctor, which onion should I eat? White, red, or yellow? How much? And what if I have gastritis? These are the questions that determine the success or failure of this natural treatment. Red onions, for example, are loaded with anthocyanins, the same pigment that makes wine and red fruits so good for the heart. White onions are unbeatable when it comes to sulfides that lower blood pressure. The secret lies in balance and proper preparation to avoid upsetting your stomach. Many people give up because they experience heartburn on the first try, but they give up because they did it wrong. Don't leave this video because I'm going to give you the treasure map. I'm going to teach you exactly how to prepare the onion to remove the acidity without losing the nutrients. I'm going to give you the recipe for the vascular tonic that I teach my private patients, and we'll talk about important contraindications. You can't miss it because applying this incorrectly can cost you dearly, but applying it correctly will transform your health. Stay with me. If you've stayed with me this far, it's because you understand that your health doesn't tolerate disrespect, and you're determined to take control of your own aging. We've debunked the myth that only expensive medications protect the heart and discovered that raw onion is a vascular powerhouse. But now we've reached the moment of truth, the point where most people fail and give up, the practical part. How do you get this into your body without terrible breath, without burning your stomach, and most importantly, ensuring that the nutrients reach your cells intact? Pay close attention because I'm going to teach you the pharmacy in the kitchen. There's a fine chemistry involved in preparing onions. Remember I said they contain sulfur compounds? These are what cause that burning sensation, but they're also what lower blood pressure. The secret isn't eliminating these compounds, but rather making them digestible. Let's start by addressing the problem of acidity and strong flavor. Many people tell me, "Dr. Robert, I eat a piece of onion and I keep thinking about it all day." This happens because the sulfur compounds are volatile and irritate the gastric mucosa if you don't do the curing process. The technique I teach my patients is acid hydration. Write this down. You're going to take an onion, preferably a red one, due to its high antioxidant content, and slice it as thinly as possible. The thinner the slices, the greater the surface area. Then, you're going to immerse these slices in a bowl of ice water. It has to be really ice cold, and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. Let it sit there for exactly 10 to 15 minutes. What happens here is fascinating. The ice water maintains the crispness and closes the onion's pores, preventing it from wilting, while the acid in the vinegar neutralizes the excess pungency, that fire that burns your mouth. After 15 minutes, drain it. The result is a smooth, crisp onion with 100% of its quercetin preserved. Now, let's talk about colors. Dr. Robert, which is better, purple or white? In longevity medicine, we like variety, but each color has a superpower. Purple onions are the queen of cellular protection. The purple color comes from anthocyanins, substances that clean the free radicals that rust your veins. If your focus is on preventing arterial aging and plaque formation, purple onions are your best friend. White or yellow onions have a slightly higher concentration of allicin, which is excellent for thinning the blood and fighting bacteria and fungi. The ideal? Alternate. One day purple, the next white. The human body loves variation in stimuli. I have a patient, Carlos, who only ate white onions because they were cheaper. When he started alternating with purple onions, his inflammatory markers improved even more. Don't underestimate the power of colors on your plate. I'm going to give you the recipe now for what I call morning vascular tonic. Don't worry, you're not going to drink pure onion juice. This is a preparation that centenarians from various regions of the world use intuitively. You'll take a medium-sized onion, dice it, and place it in a sterilized glass jar. Cover it completely with good quality organic apple cider vinegar. Seal and refrigerate for at least 3 days before consuming. The vinegar extracts the active ingredients from the onion, creating a super potent preserve. You'll consume a tablespoon of this pickled onion before lunch and another before dinner. Apple cider vinegar alone helps lower blood sugar, and when combined with onion, it becomes a powerful weapon against metabolic syndrome. Carlos, whom I mentioned before, reduced his insulin resistance simply by adding this simple habit before main meals. But Dr. Robert, what if I hate salad? I have a solution for you too. It's the technique of thermal shock. The mistake is sautéing the onion at the beginning of preparing beans or soup. When you do this, the heat destroys everything. The correct strategy is as follows. Prepare your beans, soup, or stew normally. When you turn off the heat and the food is ready to serve, then you add the chopped onion to the hot pan and cover for 2 minutes. The residual heat will soften the onion fiber, remove the harshness of the raw flavor, but it won't be enough to degrade the quercetin. You eat the onion cooked by the heat of the dish, but with the properties of a raw onion. It's a simple trick, but it completely changes the nutritional profile of your meal. Donna Maria, a patient who couldn't stand the crunch of raw onion, adapted wonderfully well to this technique in her daily bean dish. Now we need to have a serious conversation about safety. Onions are a food, but in therapeutic doses they act as medicine. And like any medicine, some people shouldn't overdo it. If you have severe gastritis, an active ulcer, or very strong gastroesophageal reflux, go slowly. Raw onions, even when prepared in ice water, can irritate a mucous membrane that is already damaged. In these cases, start with tiny amounts, always mixed into food, never on an empty stomach. Test your tolerance. Another group that needs a red alert: patients using strong anticoagulants, such as warfarin. Onions have a natural blood thinning effect. If you eat 3 onions a day and take the medication, your blood may become too thin and increase the risk of bleeding. Talk to your doctor. Tell him, "Doctor, I'm improving my diet with onions. Do I need to adjust the dose of my medication?" Most of the time, the doctor is happy to see that you are taking care of yourself, but an adjustment is necessary. Besides the onion, there's a principle I observe in all my patients who are healthy past 90. They don't eat until they explode. There's an ancient wisdom that says to stop eating when you're 80% full. Excess food, even healthy food, generates enormous oxidative stress in the body. Imagine your body as a factory. If you put in too much raw material, the machines choke, release smoke, and break down. Eat your onion, but eat in moderation, chewing well. Digestion begins in the mouth. The onion needs to be thoroughly crushed by the teeth to release the allicin. Swallowing large pieces won't give you the same benefit and will even give you gas. Chew slowly. Appreciate the food that is healing you. I want you to look at your kitchen now, not as a food storage space, but as your life's laboratory. Ricardo and Helena, whom I mentioned at the beginning, didn't have transplants. They didn't buy magic pills from the internet. They used consistency. There's no point in eating a kilo of onions today and then spending next month eating only instant noodles. Cardiovascular health is built brick by brick, day after day. Onions are a golden brick in that construction. Include them in salads, vinaigrettes, and as a finishing touch to your beans. Make it as natural a habit as brushing your teeth. Before I go, I need to give you the master key that makes all this work 10 times better. Many people eat onions, sacrifice flavor, but throw away 50% of the benefits because the body can't properly absorb quercetin. Quercetin is a shy molecule. It's fat soluble, meaning it needs fat to hitch a ride and enter your cells. If you eat the onion plain, dry, much of this treasure is lost in digestion. So here's the secret of my patients who have the cleanest arteries. The golden vehicle rule. Never, under any circumstances, consume your medicinal onion without a source of good fat. And the best fat for the heart is extra virgin olive oil. When you mix chopped onion with a generous drizzle of raw olive oil, you create a bomb of bioavailability. The olive oil protects the quercetin from stomach acidity and carries it directly into the bloodstream. But there's an extra detail. Add a few drops of lemon. The vitamin C in the lemon recycles the quercetin within your body, making it last longer in the blood. So the magic formula for longevity isn't just onions, it's holy triad. Onion, the remedy, olive oil, the transport, and lemon, the fuel. Make this mixture right before eating. Don't store it seasoned, make it fresh. Cured onion in vinegar, drained, and then add olive oil and lemon juice right before serving. Those who do this not only protect their heart, but also notice improved skin, increased energy, and a stronger immune system. It's simple, it's inexpensive, and it's science working in your favor. Try it for 7 days and see your body thank you. If you've made it this far, you already know more about vascular nutrition than 90% of the population. You have the tool, the onion. You have the technique, acid hydration and thermal shock. And you have the knowledge. You know it needs to be consistent. Now the ball is in your court. Don't let this knowledge die here in this video. Put it into practice today. At your next meal, I want you to look at that onion and see in it the cleansing of your arteries, the fluidity of your blood, life pulsing strongly within you. I am Dr. Robert Torniere, and my commitment is to your longevity and your health. If this content has opened your eyes, I ask that you share it with someone you love who needs to take care of their heart. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next natural health protocols I will be sharing. Take care of your body, because it's the only place you have to live. Give me your opinion on this video. What did you think of today's tips? A big hug, lots of health, and until our next meeting.